I've been going absolutely mad trying to discover the answer to why do Mustangs always crash? You see, not even scientists after many years of research can even answer such a question. So I decided to give myself a challenge today and do some very intensive research to discover the real reason why do all Mustangs crash. After thinking for a moment, it makes the most sense to speak to someone who has owned a Mustang and crashed it to really discover the reasoning for all of these reoccurrences. My buddy Jonathan Kirk right here, he owned a Mustang and he's actually gonna be interviewed. Talk, okay? Listen, you're not getting paid nothing for nothing, okay? So Jonathan, the people want to know, what Mustang did you own before we really get into this interview? I owned a good old Mustang EcoBoost 2018. It had the little snail that went Excuse me, Jonathan, did you just say you owned a you owned an EcoBoost and you crashed it? I must ask, how did you crash your vehicle? Listen, man, it's a little bit hard to talk about, as you can see from my current state. But listen here, I was at a car meet, okay? I was revving after I just got a blow-off valve installed on my EcoBoost Mustang, okay? I had everyone gasping once they hear a boosted Mustang. So of course, when I was leaving the meet, everyone wanted me to show out, do a nice little drift. As I was making the turn out of the car meet, I gave it all the gas that I had, and the car just went sideways, and just kind of, not even just sideways, it almost aim assisted, locked on to the crowd on the sidewalk, went over the curb, and it hit approximately 7 people. Luckily, I was never prosecuted for that. I have conducted just a small bit of research so far, and I have discovered it seems to be a common recurrence that every Mustang owner that typically crashes is perhaps on the younger side. So, Jonathan, how old are you and how old were you when you bought your Mustang and then crashed it? I was only 17 when I bought the car at the time. I'm not the one who actually bought it. You see, someone else bought it. Don't worry. Anyways, I got the car when I was 17. And as soon as I turned 18, on my birthday, I went to the car meet and I crashed the vehicle. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes I can still hear the whistle of the turbo, just, you know, faintly as I'm just proceeding with my days. And right now, I'm also 18. This just happened last night. Thank you so much for your help today, Jonathan. I really appreciate that. I want to give you a good firm handshake, but you will be no longer needed. I have to do some very intensive research and you'll be a distraction. So I'm gonna need you to get up out of here. I decided to bring you guys into the project. I asked on my Instagram story, if you own a Mustang, why do Mustangs always crash / why do they have the reputation of being crowd killers, as they say? So here are some of the answers. Because when leaving parking lots, they lose control and spin out. I've seen this happen a fair amount of times. I'm sure you have before too. Because they were made that, they are overcorrect when sliding. Aim assist. Jonathan did mention aim assist earlier. This is another person mentioning aim assist. I do believe we're on just up in here making some profound discoveries about Mustangs. I don't think I have my notepad on me, but if I did, I'll be writing it down. Auto lock. Auto crowd lock is a feature you can get from the dealer. So these slimy dealers are the ones providing such a feature. I'm gonna have to find which dealerships are doing that and maybe even pull up to one of them and ask them, why are you providing them with such a feature? Because they spin out so much due to bad traction, bad suspension, tires, uneven rate distribution, driver, I don't own one, but all play a role. Okay. This does make sense because as we discussed earlier, most Mustang drivers are on the younger side. Therefore, they're inexperienced drivers who has never even handled such a powerful vehicle before, and it is rear-wheel drive. To be honest, it's all about the driver. If the driver less experienced, that will crash and maybe into you, That's pretty much what I just said. There's some truth in that. There's a lot of young kids hopping in this high horsepower sports car, and even not just Mustangs, but other high horsepower sports cars, thinking they can drive it like they're a Civic. You can't. It has like 500 horsepower, and it's rear wheel drive. Calm down, little bro. Anyways, here's another response. If you don't know your car, that can also contribute to you crashing. Basically, it's how you experience you are in a Mustang. So it seems like the lack of experience on auto crowd lock feature that's being sold at the dealership mixed with the younger inexperienced drivers is just a recipe for disaster. Instead of wasting my time and gas to go to the Ford dealership, I'm gonna give them a phone call and ask them straight up, what's up with the aim assist? Hello, I would like to speak to your manager. Immediately. Yeah, cut the BS. I don't even care about your name. Actually, what is your Jimmy from Ford? Okay, listen. Why do you provide aim assist to crowds on Ford Mustangs at your dealership? Like, why would you sell a feature like that that can be only bought through you? You act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, buddy, I've been on this case for months now. You're not fooling me. I have all of this research right here. Listen, someone told me that it's kind of like the Wendy's secret menu. If you know, you know. I bet if I went to that dealership right now and I was trying to buy that from you, you would sell it to me. Would you not? Would you not? Okay. So listen, just give me some insider information. You signed an NDA. Think I give a f about an NDA? So how much is the aim assist feature? You telling me it's $5,000 for that? How would anyone pay that? That's so absurd. Are you serious? 5,000? That's insane. I've just made a profound discovery in this investigation. You see, they want little Timmy to go to the dealer. They'll see this shiny Mustang that is cool, fast, kind of. He will buy it with a 20% APR because he's probably very young. He will definitely crash it because he's inexperienced, but he'll want that thrill again of having a high horsepower muscle car, the American V8. And he's gonna go back to the dealer and repeat the whole process over and over again. Now, because most people are young, they're inexperienced, and that's why they're going to be crashing these vehicles so often. The aim assist is a feature that I believe is maybe even loaded onto some vehicles unknowingly, and then it's kind of like the secret menu, like Wendy's, like I said, if you know, you know, you can get the auto crowd lock feature. You can just try to buy from the dealer. They don't want to tell me that because of the NDAs they signed, but Ford is up to some very suspicious activity, and if you want, even you're going to contact Ford via social media and ask them about this, maybe we can get an official response from Ford. By the way, I already know what you're thinking. Now that you know the truth about Mustangs, you must want a Hellcat. Let me tell you right now, you don't want a Hellcat. If you don't believe me, watch this video on screen right now.